Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. We're continuing from the previous live stream I held just about 5 minutes ago. And so, wherever you're coming from, Twitch, Facebook, welcome. This is the second installment today of the, I guess you could call it the revamped, revised version of a logistical review. We are running around trying to fix up the 3 months of chaos and hell that's gone down. This is a self-therapeutic multimedia project for me to solve the problems and challenges of my life, as well as self-improvement process for me to reach the goals and heights that I set for myself, yada yada yada, blah-de-da. Now we have around the room here, what you see is what you get, what you see in the title, what you see on stream, what you see in this photograph right here. We have a bunch of finance, money, employment, volunteering, business, relationships, finance, groceries, equipment, tools, all sorts of things, paperwork coming together all at the same time. And I'm trying to knock it off. That's what this project is, a time capsule for me to look back on 30 years down the road. And you can join me with this journey as well, because in a lot of ways, if this is relatable to you, but basically it's a real life survival game, I suppose, in modern day standards by any means. Regardless, for the past 2 months, I've had about maybe 350 things per week to do. Usually I get less than 10% done, obviously, but that's how life is. It just pushes you with all this kind of bullshit. And so why don't we just get started? In the previous live stream, I covered some paperwork here. I will say again that we laid out maybe about 30 different things we need to cover today. I covered about half in the previous stream. It's all on this table here. For example, the utility knives I have to switch up because this one was run over. So some tools and equipment, the paperwork, mail, financial matters. We covered a little bit about employment benefits as well as devices, electronics, some stuff I'm going to do on a laptop I mentioned. This is my makeshift lunch, and again, debt, a form of debt, some stuff I'm not supposed to eat there. Health, nutritional supplements, kind of goes hand in hand with the research kind of thing. Sorry, there's a phone call going in, I think. But forget about that. We have, what the fuck is that? Anyways, we have more supplements here, in addition to all the, shut up. All right, see, I'm recording with my phone too, by the way. You can say it's welfare gear, but that's the way it works. So obviously we have a very makeshift sort of lunch here. It's literally just bread with black pepper. And then of course we have all the stuff that I missed here. That's garbage from my previous days. So we have some supplement packaging, but we have some receipts for the groceries. We have some tape I need to use more tape. This one will probably be used up when I need to tape up the bed, which is falling apart. I can explain that over the weekend. And then we have some personal stuff here that just, nail clippers, need to wash that up. All right, so that's a bunch of shit over there. Got that done out of the way. Let's move on to all this stuff here on the side. We have three areas, I think, main areas. And when I say turnover in the title, what that really means is it's been a real turnover, because all the groceries here were not here, and they were substituted with more trash and garbage that I threw away, only to be replaced with all of this once again. And so all I can say is, things seem to look like a standstill. It's just you replace A with B and then B with C, but at the end of the day, you're trying to get rid of everything so you have a clean, cluttered space. At least I could breathe, but that's not how life works. So let's talk about this. So all these snack items here, just snack items bought on sale, not very healthy or anything, just a way for me to eat. You see cookies, you see some junk food. On the top here we have some sort of toiletry stationery. It's just toilet paper packaging, class 2 item, not something that I'm supposed to use, but I am, so I had to cover it. We have paper, we have some stuff for my workplace. This is a mask, obviously contaminated, not supposed to use it again, but it's something that's a class 4 item for my workplace. Class 4 for my workplace colleagues, volunteers, whatever. Class 2 for my caregivers, not supposed to use it, don't use those things anymore. Class 1 things I purchased myself with my own hard-earned money. All right, we have some paper here. I still haven't gotten to it. So what we see here, we have some paper, mail, documents. We have groceries, packaging, recyclables, disposables. We have some stationery, some toiletries, and we have a little bit of, I guess, protective equipment, PPE, just stuff that I need to throw away, generally speaking. Down here on the side here, we took, if you go back to about 3 days ago, I had a live stream, all that garbage, most of it's been thrown away, but there were some organic stuff that I basically bagged up into this sort of bagged up in a bag. I don't know what the hell am I saying? I put it all in a bag and I tied it up, and it's gonna go to the garbage. But I can't do that right now. Obviously, I won't be able to carry everything. That's my point. And so, we'll have to discard it slowly over the coming days. We have more stuff in here that I've got to take out, and actually I'm kind of angry about that, I'll be honest, because I was supposed to show this, but it is basically more stuff from the grocery, so I don't know why, but I wasn't prepared for the stream today, so that's actually why. I do know why. We have more garbage. Again, this is more bananas. At the same time I purchased this stuff. Only thing I can say about that, potassium, fiber, at least it's more healthy than the shit up there. But of course, to couple that, we also have more junk food anyway, so what can I say? I mean, black pepper, bananas, yeah. So that's all the kind of stuff I purchased over the groceries. Okay, more stuff down here for debt repayment. Had to get this stuff back from my caregivers. Ended up binge eating on that anyway. So almond chocolate, that's just, again, more garbage, more unhealthy stuff. We have more food here, but this time the food is not actually stuff that I purchased myself, and so I want to talk about that. So it's stuff from my colleagues. So we have this little bag here, it's empty, and there's actually another bag in here with the bananas. I didn't mention it, but I should have. Long story short, we had two gifts from my co-workers, my colleagues. So one of them had their son. Okay, their son had what is it? They had their son's wedding, right? I'm fumbling for words right now. My colleague's son's wedding, and they had a celebration, and that's great. And so she cooked up some stuff, some Sri Lankan stuff, muruku, vada, I think that kind of stuff, crispy, savory, spicy foods, as well as some sweet treats, and bagged it up, and then gave some to all our colleagues, including myself, which I wished her, congratulations on her son getting a wedding and all that kind of stuff. Long story short, that's that. We also have another treat from another of my colleagues. I'm not holding it here. I said it's in here with this bag with bananas. But long story short, in there, it was another colleague of mine. So I'll say AN, and I'll abbreviate her name by AN and VJ. So VJ, her son's wedding, and AN, she had her birthday. So she made some fruitcake, homemade Sri Lankan fruitcake. Very nice, very tasty. Had some dates, that kind of stuff, whole wheat. Great. So class 4 items, in addition to class 1, class 2 items up there. And we have a lot of garbage to get rid of. On top of, again, food packaging, protective equipment, but we also talked about the financial matters and paperwork here, mail, electronics, all that kind of stuff, supplements, business, nutrition. Okay, finally, I think this is the last item of today that I have time to cover before we deliver take-home message. And again, I'll have to cover, of course, what does it say in the title? What do I mean by system redacted and everything, like all that kind of stuff. So we'll get to that immediately after this. So of course, we did get the product. Again, in the whole biomolecular research and nutritional cellular nutrition sort of industry, that's what I basically did university research at anyway. So that's kind of my field. Long story short, that's one pillar of life, obviously, health and taking care of yourself. But also, I was volunteering with my colleagues, and I said that I would use this as a formal way for me to, I guess, bring, like I said, try to save the life of my caregivers, because one of them actually was having almost it seemed like a near-death situation. Things have sort of turned around. I'm glad to have been able to make that kind of impact. Long story short, I have some product here, 1, 2, 3 bags of stuff. Lots of, we have some educational materials here, NutriView. We have some also some supplementation here. The products that I'm going to give to some of my clients. And it was thanks to my partner who drove all the way up, all 2 hours drive, and she picked it up for me. And she does that every week. I'm always very, very thankful to have my business partner with me. KM, I'll just say KM and abbreviate by KM. Thank you so much. So that's everything here. So some gratitude, relationships, business, health, employment. We have finance, paperwork, documents, electronics, tools, garbage, trash. We have groceries, packaging, food, materials, items. We have class 1, class 2 debts, okay, forms of debt repayment. We have all sorts of stuff to cover, and that we've covered in the past 2 live streams. So, the previous live stream and this one. And so going off from that, we have 2 topics to cover. So this is abstract, meaning that we don't have anything to show for in physical form, aside from maybe here. That photograph really is just a listing of all the things that I had to come up with in about 10 10-minute span, but even still, that's just a drop in the bucket. So if you take a look at the title, things are going to change a little bit. I'm going to start naming. I don't know how long it's going to work. Like I said, the Ahn Rho Project is this constantly evolving project. It's organic and digital at the same time. It's a part of me and yet it's not. I don't know how to describe it. It's a very comprehensive and completely encapsulates my life. It's my entire life. That's how to, I guess, describe it. It's going from rags to something decent at least. And so, long story short, I'm going to start naming the titles of the live streams to be some utility, to be useful for me, because I take a look at the title and I don't know exactly where it belongs, what I'm covering in each topic. So far has seemed to be some sort of odd emoji and numbers and stuff like that, because I'm trying to cover what on stream it should represent what's in the title, and what's in the title should represent what's on stream. In fact, that's what I meant. But it wasn't good enough. I need to now name the titles, even if they're a bit boring and they don't get any attention. I don't think that really matters at this point. I just need to make sure it's useful for me when I'm doing the project, so at least I know where to organize it, where it fits, and then later on we can focus on the marketing and on just making something that's catchy for you guys to see. Right now, I just need to get my shit together, and that's the number one priority of the Ahn Rho Project from the very beginning, from the get-go. So why don't I place that first? Right now, but before I had a lot more time, before I wasn't crunched between two businesses and a project and a full-time employment and another thing there and relationships there and health problems there, now everything's coming together, and I've been preparing for this for a long time. That's why I started the Ahn Rho Project, right? So that's just a quick update. That's what's going to change in the titles, in the way I do the live streams now. I don't know if I'll have the same playlist. They're going to start changing up. Some things, employment, finance, they're all starting to meld together into just one ugly hodgepodge, into this melting pot. And so I may not be able to separate things anymore. We may have to change them, change the way we do things once again for the 100th time. So that's the way things work. Take home message. Last thing I want to give, take home message. I do this every single stream. Again, this may have to change as well with my live streaming. The way I do things will have to change, even the take home message. But it's important. So for now, I know what I have to say. I know what I want to get across. So take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Take care of your finances. Take care of your health. Take care of yourself, because that's the best thing you can do for the people you care for the people who care about you. The best thing you can do for them is to make sure that you are less of a burden for them, meaning that you are strong. You become a strong, responsible, disciplined individual. Easier said than done. It means you have to face a lot of challenges in life, and I'm not trying to preach here. I'm basically saying this because I'm trying to embody this and practice it myself whenever I go to work, whenever I'm running my business, and even on this project right here on this stream. That's what I do. So that's why I'm saying it. And I hope you share this understanding, that you spend your time, energy, attention, and resources to the people that you care most for, the people who mean the most to you and have the most value. The things, the objects, the projects that are most important to you. Spend your time, attention, and resources wisely. Whether that be the next civil engineer, maybe that's what you want to become. What's your career goals? Maybe you want to become the next pediatrician, the next software engineer. I don't know what it is that you want to do. Maybe you have something special planned for your spouse, for your wife, for your kids, for your grandkids. I don't know who's watching. None of those things are relatable to me, but maybe that is something that you want to do. If you have severe health, financial problems like that, I know I've been there. Okay, two years ago, take a look at my live streams. Severe anxiety, depression, all that kind of bullshit, nonsense, poverty, group, all that kind of stuff. Get yourself sorted out. Life is extremely cruel, but you can, the best thing you can do is just to take it by, just knuckle up and brace for it. All right, and climb out of that hole. All right. So that being said, take care of the challenge and problems in your life, like what I'm doing on stream. Try to, do what's best for you. Reach for the positive heights and goals you set for yourself as well. That's the take-home message. Stay safe. And of course, this is the Ahn Rho Project. I'm going to wrap up. Hope to see a better version of all of you, as well as myself, in the next live stream tomorrow morning, or whenever that comes. I'll have the next live stream. I don't know when. This is the Ahn Rho Project. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. I'm signing out. Ciao.